Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at this mono eraser by Tombow. I finally decided to get one because it's going to help me so much with neatening up my lines with graphite and getting into real small details without my big clunky erasers that tend to erase everything except the bit I want. So we're just going to do a few lines here, and we're going to see how well it erases. You just click like a mechanical pencil the top. Let's see, and again, and you can see that you've got just a little bit at the end here. I've already been practicing using it. We're just going to do that, and within very little time it has gotten rid of that mark, and there's nothing there actually. And while I'm recording, I got some coloured pencils yesterday. Well, we ordered them except they substituted. I went for erasable coloured pencils from our local supermarket. They just had them in, but there must have been a run on them because there were none left, and my order got substituted for regular coloured pencils, which I really didn't need or want. But because they are incredibly cheap and really bad quality, they actually do erase. So let me show you, because my idea for having the erasable coloured pencils is to show you guys when I'm sketching on camera, I'm going to start using coloured pencils because they show up better on camera. Now, these were not erasable, but just look at this using the mono eraser. Can you see that? We've got a line down the middle there. So that is impressive for coloured pencils. And again, I do this darker line. Just keep layering down the graphite. There we go. And then we do a line down the middle. You see? So it erases the same kind of strength on both the coloured and the graphite. So I'm really impressed with that. So my next future videos, when you see me drawing, I will of course be using my favourite colour, which is this pink pencil. And with that in mind, I just thought I will doodle a bit of a face here, because I haven't actually done a character in like ages, you know, because I've been doing so many other things. And I just thought we'd have some flowing hair like that. Do a bit of a... Obviously this isn't going to be, you know, a real kind of face, but I thought it would be just fun to play with these pencils. I always like doing those long prom dressy things. I don't know why. But they're elegant, I think. And I think we'll go into a time lapse quickly to finish off the sketching. So you can see that the eraser has been working really well, even in Miss Arteza sketchbook, where the paper doesn't really work very well with erasers. It could just be me, but any eraser I've used, it's not really worked very well. And you get this kind of smudginess. But you can see here, like we saw, and around here, we've gotten rid of the pencil marks. Also, wanted to share with you, you saw my unpacking But I had to replace my heat gun because it died on camera, as you guys have seen in my Found Things video. That's where it died. So the only kind of heat guns they sell now look like this, whereas my one looked like a hairdryer, and it was called a heat buddy, or something like that, craft tool. Couldn't find them anywhere. I don't know if they're still existing or whether they're only in the United States or United Kingdom perhaps, but they're nowhere in Europe. Only these are now sold. I was worried it was going to be a paint stripper, and when it arrived yesterday, just don't read safety instructions before using the thing. Well, for me anyway, that's advice. You should always read your safety instructions, but for me it terrified me before I even turned the thing on, because it tells you about being in a ventilated area, and it can get up to 350 degrees Celsius or something, this heat thing. So that was kind of scary. Plus when you turn it on, it sounds like I've unplugged it at the moment, so you won't hear it, but when you do turn it on, it sounds a bit like a vacuum, so it's much louder than my other thing I've had. But it does still behave like a heat gun, so I am pleased about that. And this one comes with a foot, which mine didn't have before. So it stands, you know, when it needs to cool down and it's still plugged in, you can quite easily pick it up again and blow the air. But you must always, with heat guns, keep it moving around in circular motions, because it gets incredibly hot and you don't want anything burning. This is a plastic board underneath. You don't want anything in your surrounding area burning or melting or combusting. So just thought I'd share that with you guys, because you'll be seeing it in my other videos and you'll be thinking, what is that orange thing? Well, now you know. So with my sketches, I thought I would just probably use my other pencils that came in the pack and excuse me, just fill it in. And you can see by sketching in colour, well, the pink anyway, it blends when you colour it with this blue. It's not so obvious, your outline. Like when you've used graphite, it's more obvious, I find, that you've got an outline. Whereas with this, the outline kind of blends into the drawing. For me anyway. Now you must tell me if the pink shows up on camera. Can you see it? That's a question of the day. Can you see the pink? Or would you prefer me sketching in, what other colours have I got? I've got obviously this blue, and I've got this purple. Obviously my favourite is the pink, but it's just for doing outlines. I'm asking what your colours, you'd prefer, or what you can see better really on camera. So not really your favourite colour, but what is showing up good for you on camera. So the pink, the blue, or the purple? Let me know in the comments below. Tell you, that heat gun made me sweat yesterday when I tried it. After reading the safety instructions, I thought, oh my lord, I'm going to be burning the desk, well, my my chopping board under here is going to melt, or everything around me is going to catch fire, my wooden desk is going to burn. So it was rather a stressful moment for me. But I'm pleased I did it and took courage and just did it, because it is just basically, it is a regular heat gun. Because that's all I want, a crafter's safe heat gun, not a, not a paint stripper kind of heat gun. And considering, if we just go back to it, they say it's a mini one. I'd hate to think what a big one is, because it's still quite big, really. I would say it's about 15 centimetres, 12 to 15 centimetres. It definitely says it's a mini heat gun, so mini ones are not supposed to get that hot, which is the bonus for me. It's just for drying watercolors quicker. With the rate I paint at in one session, you do need to speed up the drying time. So we've got that blue, and we'll do the dress here. You should really, we'll get into that in another video about doing things correctly. So basically with the coloured pencils you should go in circular motions, but I'm always in a hurry when I'm doing my sketching on camera and I don't have time. But when I have a video that's dedicated to just doing things like that, I will be doing things properly to show you all. So I'm just going to leave it like that for a moment, and we'll just do a bit of a face. Let's colour that in, you get the idea. But yes, I'm pleased that these erase, that they are erasable coloured pencils. And remember, coloured pencils and pencils in general will kind of behave different on different paper you use. So basically this paper is more like a gouache watercolour in the Arteza book, well, like a mixed media or something anyway. But it's not like a drawing paper. So you are going to get different results basically. I'm trying to make it do what I want it to do, whereas it's not really made for that. Now, is this a brown or an olive? Oh, test out her hair. Ah, okay. So, for me, the barrel, I don't know if it shows on camera, this is like a real dark olive green, the barrel. But it comes out chocolate brown. So, I know everyone will say, oh, you should have swatched, and then you'll know, but I don't swatch. I don't have when you've swatched everything, where'd you put it? Where'd you store it? And I don't have storage space for all the kind of swatching. I find it annoying. It's okay for doing on camera, but for me, I just find it boring. I'm a bit of a, not going to say slapdash artist, I'm just going to say I love to wing it and go for it and just see what happens. The freedom of creativity. Brilliant. So they've got scratchy hair because I'm rushing with my colouring. But basically this is the effect you would get when you're sketching, because you don't actually want a solid colouring in session. It's just to give you an idea when you sketch, and we will cover this in another video. This is just basic quick topic. For when you do sketch in coloured pencil, you don't really want to colour the whole thing in solid. You want gaps. It's just to give you an idea. Basically, that's what sketching is. It's not a drawing, it's a sketch. It will give you an idea of what you're trying to achieve for when you do your drawing. And with that said, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.